My phrasebook years ago taught me how to ask, "Where is the post office?" I have never once in my entire life needed to ask that question while traveling.
What did you actually need?
Is this the right platform? How far is it on foot? Can I pay by card? None of which were anywhere in that book.
And that's exactly today's episode. Not the phrasebook version of travel English, the real one. The questions you actually ask in airports, on trains, in hotels, and on the street asking for directions.
I'm Albert.
I'm Mary. LeapTalk English, B2 level, real conversation. Today, what your phrasebook teaches you versus what you actually need. Word tour at the end. Stay for thing 3, hotels, because it covers the conversation almost every traveler eventually has at a front desk. Comment right now. Tell us a travel English phrase you actually needed that nothing ever taught you. We want to know.
Let's go. Thing 1. Already touched the airport side of travel in an earlier episode. Here, it's specifically about trains, buses, and the small, urgent questions you need on the move.
Is this the right platform for? Followed by your destination. Direct, urgent, completely standard.
Does this train stop at? Followed by a place, confirming a stop before you commit to boarding.
How many stops is it? A very natural, casual way of estimating how long a journey will take.
Is this seat taken? Before sitting down anywhere, a small but important courtesy question.
Excuse me, is this the bus too? Followed by a destination, asked of the driver or another passenger when you're not entirely sure.
To the listener, is this the right platform for? Does this train stop at? How many stops is it? Is the seat taken? Is this the bus too? 5 phrases for the moving part of travel.
Stay. Thing 2 is asking for directions on foot and the specific structure that makes the answer actually understandable. Thing 2, on foot, lost, or just unsure, and specifically the follow-up structure most learners never use, which makes all the difference.
Excuse me, how do I get to, followed by the place, the standard opener?
Is it within walking distance? Clarifying whether you actually need transport at all.
Could you point me in the right direction? Already touched on in the shopping episode, equally useful here, especially when a full explanation feels like too much to follow.
And the structure most learners miss entirely. Sorry, could you say that again, a bit slower? Directions are often given fast, in a stream, and asking for it slower is completely normal and genuinely necessary.
Is it left or right at the, followed by a landmark, breaking a long direction down into a smaller, more manageable confirmation question?
How do I get to? Is it within walking distance? Could you point me in the right direction? Could you say that again, a bit slower? Is it left or right at the 5 phrases and one genuinely essential follow-up structure?
Stay. Thing 3 is hotels, and the conversation almost every traveler eventually has at the front desk.
Thing 3.
And I said before the episode, this is the one almost everyone eventually needs, checking in and the moment something in the room isn't quite right.
I have a reservation under, followed by a name, already touched on in the restaurant episode, just as standard here at a hotel front desk.
What time is checkout? One of the most asked questions in any hotel anywhere.
Could I get a late checkout? A very normal, very common request, often granted without any fuss.
The room's a bit, followed by the issue. A bit noisy, a bit cold. A soft, neutral way to raise a problem without sounding like a complaint.
Is breakfast included? Clarifying exactly what's part of the stay. Completely fine to ask directly.
Is it left or right at the, followed by a landmark, breaking a long direction down into a smaller, more manageable confirmation question?
How do I get to? Is it within walking distance? Could you point me in the right direction? Could you say that again, a bit slower? Is it left or right at the 5 phrases and one genuinely essential follow-up structure?
Stay. Thing 4 covers small talk with locals, the kind that actually makes travel feel different from a checklist.
Thing 4. The small, unplanned conversations that often end up being the best part of any trip.
First time here? A very common opener from a local noticing you're visiting.
Any recommendations around here? One of the most useful questions a traveler can ask, almost always answered warmly.
How long have you lived here? A natural, friendly follow-up once a conversation has actually started.
What's this place known for? Opening a conversation about a city or area genuinely worth hearing about from someone who actually lives there.
Thanks, that's really helpful. The warm close to almost any small exchange of local advice.
First time here? Any recommendations around here? How long have you lived here? What's this place known for? Thanks, that's really helpful. 5 phrases for the conversations that actually make a trip memorable.
Last thing, the practical, slightly less glamorous English of when things go a little wrong. Thing 5. Already touched delays and cancellations in an earlier travel episode. Here, it's the smaller, everyday version, the kind that happens on almost every trip.
I think I'm lost. Simple, honest, and the fastest way to get genuine help.
I've left something on the train, bus. A specific, very common travel mishap, worth knowing the exact phrasing for.
Can you call me a taxi? Direct, practical, said constantly at hotels and stations.
Is there a pharmacy nearby? One of the most useful emergency-adjacent questions to have ready.
Could you write that down for me? Genuinely useful when an address or instruction is too complex to hold on to by ear alone.
I think I'm lost. I've left something on the train. Can you call me a taxi? Is there a pharmacy nearby? Could you write that down for me? 5 phrases for the moments that don't go quite to plan.
5 things: getting there, asking for directions, hotels, small talk with locals, and when things go wrong.
None of it was in my old phrasebook. All of it I actually needed.
Take this with you on your next trip instead.
First word, platform. A platform is the area at a train station where you board or leave a train. Is this the right platform? Is one of the most urgent, useful questions in train travel. For example, she double-checked the platform twice just to be completely sure before the train arrived. Repeat, platform.
Platform.
Next, landmark. A landmark is a recognizable feature used to give directions, a building, statue, or shop. Left or right at the, followed by a landmark, makes directions far easier to actually follow.
For example, he used the church as a landmark, which made the rest of the directions instantly easier to remember. Repeat, landmark.
Landmark. Next, fuss. Fuss means unnecessary trouble or complaint over something small. Without any fuss describes a request granted smoothly, with no resistance. For example, the late checkout was granted without any fuss at all. Repeat, fuss.
Fuss.
Next, mishap. A mishap is a small, unlucky accident, usually not serious. Leaving something on a train is a classic travel mishap.
For example, it was a minor mishap, easily fixed with one phone call to the station. Repeat, mishap.
Mishap. Next, glamorous. Glamorous means exciting and attractive in an idealized way. The English of lost luggage and pharmacies is, deliberately, the less glamorous side of travel, but genuinely necessary. For example, travel isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's just finding the nearest pharmacy at 9 in the evening. Repeat, glamorous.
Glamorous.
Next, courtesy. Already covered, returning here directly. A courtesy is a small, polite gesture. Asking, is this seat taken, before sitting down is a simple travel courtesy.
For example, it was a small courtesy, but asking before sitting down made the whole journey feel a little more comfortable. Repeat, courtesy.
Courtesy. Next, manageable. Manageable means able to be handled or dealt with easily. Breaking long directions into smaller confirmation questions makes them far more manageable. For example, the directions felt overwhelming until she broke them down into smaller, more manageable steps. Repeat, manageable.
Manageable.
And our final word, memorable. Memorable means worth remembering, often because it was unexpected or genuinely good. The small talk with locals is often what makes a trip memorable, far more than the checklist of sites.
For example, the conversation with the shop owner ended up being the most memorable part of the entire trip. Repeat, memorable.
Memorable.
8 words: platform, landmark, fuss, mishap, glamorous, courtesy, manageable, memorable. Every one belongs to a trip you might be planning right now.
This week, one practice. If you have any travel coming up, pick 3 phrases from today and say them out loud before you go. Have them ready.
I'm Albert.
I'm Mary. LeapTalk English. Thank you for listening. Safe travels. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.